Alrighty everyone, here we are on the lesson 3 classwork video. Remember, classwork is the blue packet. Lesson 3, you could tell it says it at the top here, and the goal for today was to get through numbers 1 through 15. Now I know that kind of seems like a lot, but there's 3 different types of problems here, so I'm going to go in and do one from each section. That way hopefully you have at least an example to help you out. So in the first section, find the greatest common factor. So factors, remember, are like kind of the pieces that multiply to make a number. My biggest suggestion is always to write a list. Okay, I'm going to do number 6 here. So the factors of 18, if you list them out, so obviously 1 and 18, they go together. And then 2 and 9. And then 3 and 6. Okay, now if you have a multiplication table handy, that would be a good time to use it. 22 is a little obscure, so obviously 1 and 22, and then just 2 and 11. So I'm looking at my list here, and I'm trying to find the biggest one that they have in common. And really the biggest one, the only one they have in common besides 1, is the number 2. So the answer for this, the GCF, would just be 2. Okay, I know writing a list is a lot of work, but I think it will really help you get to your answer quicker than just sitting there and thinking about it in your head. Now, if we move on to the second section, simplify the fraction or mixed number. So it's using, my hint would be to use the GCF. That's why we do that first section first. All right, so if we were to look at one of these, I'm going to look at number 10 here. So the 5 obviously is just going to stay. We are looking at the 12 and 14. I'm going to do it 2 ways because I can think about how some of you will do it. Or actually, no, that one will just work if we just, there's really only one way to do it. So 12. One way would be to list out the factors again. So if I list out the factors of 12 and 14, so it'd be 1 and 12, 2 and 6, and then 3 and 4. Then if I list out for 14, it'd be 1 and 14, and 2 and 7. So now the biggest one they share, again here, is 2. So that means I'm going to divide both of them by 2 to simplify. So when I get that, I would still have 5 as my whole number. And then when I do 12 divided by 2, it would be 6. 14 divided by 2 would be 7. And that's as small as we could go. All right, some of you will be able to simplify in one step. Some of you, it might take more than one, especially here in number 9. But we want to get it as small as possible. And then the last section, simplify the improper fraction, very similar to the section above that. So I'm not going to do one of the 3 I asked you to do. Remember, I said just go through 15, so you would stop here. But I'll go in and I'll do number 16 here. So for some of us, we might start with, we're looking at it, they're even numbers, divide them both by 2. So when you would do 36 divided by 2, you would get 18. And 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now we're looking at it, and it can go smaller, right? They're still even numbers. I can divide by 2 again, and 18 divided by 2 would be 9, and then 4 divided by 2 would be 2. Some of you would have to do it like in 2 steps like that. Some of you could have probably just taken this and looked at it long enough and just divided by 4. Oh, sorry, this should be 36. You would have just divided by 4, and that would have gotten you to the 9/2 in one step. Okay, so remember, once you finish, to check your answers on the left here, you would go into the content library and the unit review, and you'd click the answer keys. Remember, those are where the answer keys are. But for now, that's all I'll do. If you need more help, you can always come to office hours today, or you can send me an email.